Okay, so for this unit, or this part of this unit, we're going to talk about metric conversions. This is a pretty simple thing to do. You just have to memorize all the prefixes. So, first, let's look at these prefixes. We have kilo, hecto, deca, a basic unit like your liters, grams, meters, seconds. There's many different basic units. Deci, centa, and milli. And the easiest way to remember the correct order is there's an old saying I learned when I first started teaching, and that is kangaroos hopping down a mountain drinking chocolate milk. So the kangaroos, K is for kilo, H, hopping, the H is for hecto, down a, go together, that's deca. Now for this mountain, that part is more of a, that's your basic unit. So it's not really the M that's important. It's just knowing that's your basic unit. The D for drinking is deci. Chocolate, the C there is centa. And then the M here for milk is milli. So again, remember that order. Kangaroos hopping down a mountain, drinking chocolate milk. Again, that M for mountain, that's a basic unit. So be careful. Don't confuse the M for mountain with the M for milk. Okay, the M for milk is milli. That's a very important one. The mountain one, that's again basic unit. That in this case it stands for meter, but I could have put liter in there. You know, kangaroos hopping down a lion, drinking chocolate milk. Whatever I wanted. So how do I use this stuff? Okay, well, basically think of this like a staircase. So I have K for kilo, hecto, deca, my basic unit, deci, centa, and milli here. If I do an example, it becomes much easier to understand what's going on. My goal is to change 72.8 hectometers to decimeters. Here's how you're going to do this. First, put an X on the one you're starting with. I started with hecto, so I start right here. And then all I do is I count how many steps I need to move to get to where I need to go. I need to go to decimeter. Deci. D. Not DA. That's decameter. This is just D. Decimeter. So I need to go 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps to the right. So notice, deci is 1, 2, 3 steps to the right. That means I'm going to move my decimal 3 places to the right. A useful technique that I tell people to do is put a bunch of zeros in. Let me write numbers down. This might be helpful. 0, 0, 0, 0. Put a bunch of zeros in to help you figure out where that decimal is going to go. This is helpful for some people who can't imagine the invisible zeros. Because what's going to happen is I need to move my decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the right. But some people can't see these invisible zeros. So a helpful hint is just put some zeros in there and then erase them when you don't need them anymore. So here you go. Take your decimal point and we're going to move it 3 spots to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So my decimal point, my new decimal point is going to be right here. Right there. So if I get rid of all these extra zeros, first, I don't need this decimal point there anymore. I don't need that 0. I don't need these zeros. So my number is 72,800 decimeters. So 72,800 decimeters. These two things are the same length. They're the same length, it's just different units. So that's like saying there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. It's the same length, they're just different units. Another way of saying, sorry, my cat here's meowing. Anyways, shh, be quiet. So another way of saying that would be, example again, there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. There are 72.8 hectometers in for 72,800 decimeters. It's the same length, just different units. Let's look at the next one. Let me get rid of this. Bye-bye. I think I can just highlight and delete. There we go. Delete all this stuff. I have 0.083 grams, and I want to change it to milligrams. Now again, the biggest mistake is people stop at the wrong M. For the love of Beavis, do not stop. Will you be quiet, Bella? Jeez. Do not stop here at this basic unit M for mountain. No, no, no. Remember, this M, milligrams, is right here. Someone always goes, well, what's the M for the middle then? That's just meter. That's an M by itself and nothing else. Right here, is always M plus one other letter. See, milligrams. Okay, milligrams. It's always going to be the first one. Meter would be something like, I need a number, not letters. 78 meters. That's meters. That's a basic unit. MM would be millimeters. So be careful with that. So again, I'm going to start on grams, which is a basic unit. Starting here, it's a basic unit, grams. And I'm going to milli, which is down here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 places to the right again. That's a pure coincidence. I'm going to go 3 places to the right. So I'm moving my decimal. And this time I probably don't need the zeros. 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So that's basically saying 83 milligrams. Can you hear this cat? Like, seriously, this cat is being loud. I gave you food, I gave you water. Can you please shut up? You're worse than the dog. No. Shut up. Thank you. Don't know what her problem is. So, oops, trying to get rid of that little notation right there. There you go. 0.083 grams is the same thing as saying 83 milligrams. Again, I needed to move 1, 2, 3 places to the right, so I moved my decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the right. For the last example, I'm starting at centiliters here, and I'm going up to kiloliters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. I moved 5 steps to the left this time. I went 5 places to the left. So take your decimal point, which even though it's not there, it'd be right here. Okay, even though you can't see it, it's technically right here. And I'm going to move it 5 places to the right. Oh, sorry, to the left. I'm going to move it 5 places to the left. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to go right in front of the 1. So another way of writing 10,387 centiliters is to say 0 point. You don't have to have the 0, but or you can just do point. I like to do zeros, but 0.10387 kiloliters. And that's all you do for metric conversions. But the big thing to remember is you got to memorize the order of this. Kangaroos hopping down your basic unit, drinking chocolate milk. So again, the basic unit can be anything like meters, liters, grams. Those are the main ones for chemistry. But there's also seconds. There's farads if you want to get into physics. There's all sorts of different basic units. And that's all there is to this stuff for metric conversions. You're either moving the decimal to the right or you're moving the decimal to the left. That's it. Alright, Bella, do you want to say any last words? Bye! Dancing cat, dancing cat. Look at me dancing, I'm a dancing cat. Yeah, that's funny.